Just when the candidate thought he had won, the examiner announced that it was only the beginning. The candidate, in confusion, slowly realized he had only broken one of the examiner's domain walls. To break free from this domain and win, he would have to solve the concluding question. Suppose the trace of A is 0. Prove that A is similar to a matrix with an entirely empty diagonal. The candidate exhales. A domain within a domain. To survive this one, he cannot fight the whole matrix at once. He must shrink the battlefield one dimension at a time. Induction domain expansion activated. Base case, a domain of size 1. If the trace is 0, the single entry is already 0. No barrier here. But for a domain of size n, the candidate must assume the technique already works one dimension smaller, and force the same result to hold here too. Two paths open before him. If A is a scalar matrix, the trace equation collapses it instantly to 0. The diagonal was already empty. A hollow victory, but a victory. But if A is not scalar, the barrier he already broke in the first question. A free vector x exists, one where the pair x and ax refuses to collapse. He completes it into a full basis. In this new basis, the map's first column reveals itself 0, 1, 0, 0, all the way to 0. The very first diagonal entry already gone. What remains is a smaller domain, a matrix one dimension smaller, hidden inside the corner of the first. And its trace, untouched, still 0. The technique folds inward on itself. The candidate turns to this smaller domain. He does not fight it directly. He calls upon the same technique that got him here. Induction domain expansion, nested within itself. This smaller domain can always be reshaped. A change of basis exists that empties its own diagonal, entry by entry. The candidate combines the two barriers he now controls and fuses them into a single transformation. One barrier, one matrix, nowhere left for the diagonal to hide. The examiner watches. This is no longer a technique being learned. It is a technique being inherited, collapsing into itself. The candidate steadies his breath. Every entry on the diagonal gone, not approximately, entirely. He looks up and speaks the final words. A domain with an empty diagonal, nowhere left for the trace to hide. The technique is complete. Silence again. But this time, no contradiction waits in it. Two walls.